Perfect. I'm sorry for committing that heinous crime. It had to happen. It was bound to happen. Let it rest. Let's close that chapter. Let's put it behind us. We don't need it anymore. Bruv, hello. But you know what we do need? We need to talk about online school. We're discussing the pros and the cons. Why am I talking like this? We're going to be talking about the pros and the cons of online school because, hi, I do it. Basically, I've been doing online school for a little over a year now. Just a little bit. Just to give some kind of backstory, that's a whole different video that nobody cares about. But I left for personal reasons, and my mental health was just, she was non-existent. She was so bad, so I decided to put myself first and drop out of public high school and switch to online. And I'm just going to be discussing it. I did film a pros and cons of online school video a long time ago, but a lot has changed since then. Fuzz. And my viewpoints are sort of different, not really, but I can explain more because I have more experience. I'm standing, if you can't tell, so I'm like fidgeting everywhere because I can never stay still, so you're just going to kind of have to deal with this motion rapid fire picture. You like my shirt? I'm just gonna get started. I hope this helps maybe anybody who's considering transferring. I'm gonna start off with the cons because we want to end on a positive note of pros. So let's just get the bad shit out of the way first. The first con, which could kind of be neutral, is that it's a lot of responsibility. It's 100% all on you. Like, you're the one who has to motivate yourself to do homework and study and tests and all of this shit. If you wake up one morning and decide that you don't want to do school, nobody's forcing you to go. You know, like, there's no truant officer that's going to show up at your door and take you to school. You are the one who has to physically open up your computer and log yourself in. Like, it's all on you. So if something goes wrong or if you fall behind, you can't blame anybody but yourself. Which teaches you a lot about how to be independent. It can be a con and it can be a pro. It kind of depends on how you view it and how you handle the situation. It's really fucking hard if you're lazy. I'm not lazy, but I'm very hard to get motivated. So, like, if I'm having a rough day or a rough week, I'm not motivated to do school. So that, like, obviously has backlash and consequences. However, it also depends on, like, your school. Some schools don't have due dates. Some schools do. Some schools you have to FaceTime your teacher. Some schools you don't. Me personally, my school, I have no due dates. So I can do my work whenever I want, and I can take however long I want to do it. And to contact my teachers, I just email them. So you really have to, like, research your school, the online school that you want to go into. You have to really, really, really do your research on that shit. Ooh, this is kind of a big one. There are no teachers around to ask if you have questions, right? It's all online, buddy. Little buddy, it's all online. So if you're taking a test and you don't understand what the fuck it's asking, you're kind of screwed. But, like, you'd have to email them and, like, talk about the question and everything. It can take a lot of work, especially since teachers, they can take, like, a fucking day to reply to your email. So you really have to learn how to handle shit yourself. You can't easily just walk up to your teacher's desk and ask for help with homework or ask for clarification on a test. Like, you need to figure shit out on your own. And if you don't, then you might be a little bit screwed. Just a little bit. But then some schools let you FaceTime your teachers during the test in case you have questions. It really depends on your school, but this is going off of my experience. Another con is if you lose Wi-Fi during a storm or a power outage or anything, you're ultimately fucked in the ass. Just right up the ass, you're fucked. Because how are you supposed to do online school if online is not functioning? You know what I mean? It's kind of self-explanatory, that one. And since it's online, There can be a lot of technology issues. Sometimes the system can crash. Sometimes one of your classes will magically go missing because when they updated the system, something went wrong. Like, you have to be prepared to, like, have a little, there's some traffic cones you gotta work yourself around. Bro, you know what I'm saying. I don't need to, like, elaborate. You're not stupid. This con is probably the biggest and the hardest for me to cope with. Lack of socializing. I'm balancing on one foot. Who texted me? Lack of socializing, because you are not in a classroom with your classmates and your friends. So that can be really difficult. We're getting into something here. Switching to online school has increased my social anxiety, but it's decreased. Hang on. It's increased my social anxiety in the sense of, like, now I get really nervous to, like, talk to new people, you know what I mean? But it's also decreased my social anxiety because, like, class presentations had so many panic attacks over them. I don't have to do them anymore. Like, getting called on in class, that doesn't happen anymore. That gave me really bad anxiety. Doing, like, performances in front of classmates, gym class, hated that. Had so many crying fits over that shit. It's, like, made it worse and better. One of the things that will really help is, like, going to cafes or coffee shops or libraries to do your schoolwork, because then you're in a social environment. Does my camera want to focus? I love you. Okay, Kyra, focus. Side note, I ate a whole bag of chips in 2 days. Last night, and I finished it this morning. That's not related. Let's get back on track. What was I saying? Oh, like, lack of socialization. Like, that's really hard for me. It's really personal preference, but keep in mind that you will no longer be interacting with classmates and random, like, people from your school and teachers daily. That will not happen, but really think about the socializing, because that's, like, I did not process how much of a change it would be, and holy shit, I got whiplash. But you kind of get used to it and you, like, figure out how to, like, adapt. Last con, well, there's probably a million more, but the last one I'm discussing might not apply to you, but it applied to me, so I'm saying it anyway. There will be pure ruthless assholes who are going to want to tell you to your face and online that you are a high school dropout and you will not succeed and you're going to be a failure. Yeah, that's happened to me, and it sucks, but you just have to remember to work in silence, bitch. Work in silence, because you're gonna be thriving on your own while they're stuck in school. Once you prove them wrong, they'll be speechless. And you will prove them wrong, bitch, because you are a glowing star and you are gonna thrive no matter what you choose to do. That's happened to me a couple times where certain people will be like,
"You're just a high school dropout."
It's like, no, I transferred. Suck my dick. But that's just something you need to learn to cope with, and if you don't have assholes in your life, then you won't need to deal with it. I don't know how to let toxic people go, so that's something I'm dealing with, and you might deal with it too, if you've got those people in your lives. But, you know, we're gonna move on to the pros, because I'm drained. One of the pros is that you can go at your own pace. This was a huge one for me, because I fell asleep so much during class in public school because I was either ahead or I, like, already grasped the situation and, like, the concepts that they were teaching. Like, you can go at your own pace. If you fall behind in class because you take long to write things down, or it takes you a little bit extra time to, like, understand what they're teaching, which is totally fine, and I also totally get that, you can go slower with online school. Nobody's rushing you. You can literally go as fast or as slow as you want, which is so nice. There have been times where I've genuinely finished, like, every single assignment in one of my classes in one day. There was a day where I spent probably 10 hours finishing my journalism class, and I finished the entire thing in one day, and I never have to take that class again. I got the credit for it, so. Actually, it might have taken me like 2 days, but I did over half of it in one day. You get the vibe. Go at your own pace. It's a great, beautiful thing that you will receive. Ooh, another pro. You have so much extra free time for your hobbies. If I didn't switch to online school, then I would not have started YouTube, because I was worried about getting bullied, and I also would have had no time. You, like, have so much free time. You can literally, like, explore what you love. and you can find your hobbies. If you're not sure what they are yet, you can take this extra time to find your passions. Bro, the free time is probably one of the best parts. Because, like, I got so much happier. Ooh, no early morning wake-ups. That's another pro. I mean, unless you like waking up early in the morning. I personally wanted to die every time I woke up early in the morning for school. Now, I can wake up whenever the fuck I want. If I want to wake up at 2 p.m., I will. If I want to wake up at 7 a.m., then I will. Nobody's to tell me. I mean, unless, like, your parents want something else for you. It also depends on, like, family and everything. All of this stuff is personalized, okay? I'm just giving my experience and my opinions. But for me, I can literally do whatever I want now. If I want to do all of my class in one day, then I can. If I want to wake up at 12 at noon, then I can. If I want to stay up until 3 a.m. watching Netflix and then start my school at like 3 p.m. the next day because I was sleeping the whole time, then I will, and I can. You get so much more freedom. Very briefly, I don't have to leave my bed if I don't want to, and that to me is a pro. Depending on your school, you can pick your own working times. Kind of like I briefly just mentioned. If I wanna do classwork at 3 a.m., then I will. If I don't want to do any schoolwork one day, I don't have to, because my school doesn't have due dates. It totally depends on your school for that one, like 100%. Some online schools that I've like researched, they're like, you have to be online from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like, they like monitor how long you're working for and everything. Some schools literally don't give a shit. That's why it's so important to research the school that you want to transfer to. Last pro that I'm going to be discussing is you can graduate early. Me, I'm graduating high school at 16 years old. Bro, are you kidding? I'm getting my fucking diploma at 16. While all of my classmates are still in their junior year. It's so good, and then you have this like extra time to like figure out what you want to do in life. You can literally take a gap year. Overall, my camera's about to die, so I kind of have to hurry. But basically, I do not regret switching to online school. Sometimes I get sad and I'm like,
wish I could go to football games and stuff.
But then I'm like, no. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, though, because it's just my personal experience. Show this video to your parents, or don't. I did cuss a lot, I think. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you do your research. And then, grind that shit, graduate early, and live your best life. I hope this helped at least one person. It probably didn't, but if it did, then I did my job. And that's all I wanted to do. Maybe get a little bit of different insight coming from a teen girl who did switch. If this was something that you guys liked, I don't know if anyone's gonna watch it, but like if people did like it, and like you want another video that's specified to certain questions, just leave the question down below and I can totally make a video about it and like really delve in like details and everything, if that's something you're interested in. Other than that, I think I'm done here. I have to go learn TikTok dances using the free time that I have that I would not have had if I'm still in public school. Sorry for that. I know it wasn't really the cutest thing I could have done, but I did it anyways. Do I regret it? No.